Couple of changes we've made in our school in the past month. Mainly one big, massive change. It's been a big thing. Making sure that we were ready for it, making sure that we were committed to this, this potential battle that was going to take place in our schoolyards. We have banned phones in our school. We've come up with a simple system that's pretty cheap to implement and has so far been effective. It's not without its hiccups and challenges along the ways, but so far it's working well. All right, I'll run you through a typical day of how we manage the phone collection process and how we work through any of the other challenges that may come up along the way. In the morning, each homeroom, each class has their homeroom. It's 10 minutes, and in that time, they're doing the rolls, all that sort of stuff. As part of that process, we now have these plastic tubs. They're about this big. They've got some foam inserted inside and some slots within that foam. And what we do is we've just got a list of all the students in that class, and in the mornings they will put their phone into that little phone locker. The phone locker, collect all the phones, and then they get collected by the teacher aides and go back to the office for the day. Most kids will turn their phones off, or at least on airplane or silent, for while they're in the box. Then at the end of the day, the boxes come back out right before they go on the bus. They got their set little meeting zones for their class near the bus lines, but just sort of away from it. And the kids line up. Some classes will line up in alphabetical order and collect them in line. Others will be a bit more haphazard, depends on the age group, really. Grade 7s, it's much more strict, and as they get older and they can manage it, it's a little bit looser. Our school's pretty small, 120 kids in the high school, so really small to manage, but you could still do this system at a larger scale. All right, let's look at the costs. So we can get a bucket that's about $12 from Bunnings. This easily fit 25 or so phones in there with the foam. The cost of those, so the plastic box is $12. The foam insert it was about $5 each, and then plus a little bit of time to cut them out. We had a couple of crafty students work on those. So for each class, it was about $17, and per student, we've got about $1.50. So depends on how many kids there were in there, etc., etc. And then that's compared to the Yonder system we got a quote for, which looks like a great system. One real big benefit of that one is the kids still have their phone with them. So if they're using it as an ICT device or a BYO device, then they've got it with them and the teacher can unlock them. That's something that we don't really have access to. Once the phones are locked away, they're kind of like, you can't get to them. Oh, you can. If the kid's sick, they can come and grab them from the office and take it home. That's fine. As part of the phones taking on this new category within our school, they're now a banned substance, basically. So we treat it just the same as if it was a vape, drugs, alcohol, anything like that. So you're looking at suspension if you're found with your phone throughout the day using it. If we have reasonable suspicion that you have your phone on you, the principal is able to search bags. So far, obviously, as you'd imagine, it was met with some serious resistance early on, and kids not very keen, looking for ways around it, looking to not be involved in this situation. But once we put it in place, 95% of the kids were sweet, whatever. A bit of like grumbling and mumbling as they handed over. A bit of theatrics. Oh, my baby, my phone. Oh, I'm gonna miss you. And they definitely did. Definitely the first few days they were missing him big time. One girl in grade 9 came up to me as she was grabbing her phone after the first day, and she I believed her. She said that this was the happiest moment of her life when she was getting her phone back. So, a bit of fun and dramatics, but hey, I think overall it's been great for the kids to have some time and space away from their phones. Not just have it, most of them it's in their bags for the day and it's fine, but there's a handful that it's really keyed into their mind, into their habits, into their way of functioning in not a particularly healthy way. So it's nice to give them some space from that. Then it's just been nice to have a bit more. It feels like there's more space within the school and within each moment.